All right. So John-Erik, if you guys don't know who John-Erik is, he is like the social network guru, just genius. And Facebook is really changing to compete with Instagram and Snapchat right now. And Snapchat has like over 10 billion viewers a day, so on their videos. So right now, they're putting Facebook is putting a lot more points. So each post is based off like a point system as to how much it shows or how many people view your post. So he said that the rank of your post, of like how many people see it, is equal to affinity, weight, and decay. So I'll show you the little equation is like that. So like your rank of your post is equal to the affinity, the weight, and the decay. So I'll break that down real quick. The affinity is, for instance, like your likes. Like we've always said, like the more posts you like, go through and like people's posts, because the more likes you do, the more apt you are for your post to show up on their timeline. That's wrong. The more likes you do, the more of their posts that you're going to see. Yes, it's good to show likes on people's statuses to start opening up conversation and to start, marinating those seeds. But it doesn't work in a reverse order like we've talked about before. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then it's another thing that goes into the affinity equation is your mutual friends. So like the more mutual friends you have, the more often your things show up. So if me and Katie have 3 friends and me and Nikesha have 300 friends, Nikesha's more or my post is more apt to go on Nikesha's wall than it is on Katie's wall. So, and that's something he's going to go through in his camp, which I wanted him to touch base on, but I guess I have to pay for that. But he is going to go through like how you get more mutual friends, like different ways to go about finding people and gaining more mutual friends with certain people. Yeah, so if you have fewer friends, the less apt they are to seeing your posts. If a family member and you have 300 and a random and you have 2 mutual friends, your posts are going to be more on your family's thing. And then the other part of it is like your recent activity. So even if you guys say me and Nikesha have more friends, but I'm having more conversation and more comments and likes on my post from Katie, then that's gonna trump it. So basically, you want to have what my theory of it is I'm gonna go, and now I got these people, and I'm not just gonna go and look for randoms. I'm gonna go into like these new people that I've added and who I'm watching and who have showed interest in me, or in it works. Sorry. I'm going to go and I'm going to look into who their friends are and who's commenting on their posts and add them. So if I see 17 comments on one of their posts, I'm going to go and try to get some of those mutual friends of ours, because then my stuff is going to show up on theirs. Just kind of do it that way. I'm not going to do that to everybody, but the people that I'm planting seeds with and the conversation's growing, that's who I'm going to do that with. And then just another way to get likes and stuff is by asking a question. Everybody, for some reason, and I've been testing it lately. I did a couple today, and I went and looked back at my timeline after I looked through this. And a lot of my questions where I'm like, how do you sleep? Like that one about sleeping better at night. How do you sleep better? I crashed out last night. I don't care. Like, I crash at night. But I had, I think it was like 12 comments on there. And so I went and liked it, and a couple people I replied to, just because, yeah. So then I'm going to go to the next one. Weight. That's the weight of your post. WEIGHT. Like, how much weight does that each post hold? So it's like a text, like just a regular text post, or a post with like a YouTube link. A link is not as good as just a basic text post. The link is going to hold a little bit more because it has a video. But if it's like a YouTube link, then it's not. You're going to want to go and like pick your own videos, even if you do like a Facebook or your own videos and uploaded videos hold a lot more weight than just a picture post, but a picture post holds more weight than a text post. Now, if you make a text post and you throw emojis in it, that's going to cause more attention to it, which in turn is going to have more people comment on it. And placement of your emojis on your post is important because we write paragraphs, right? And speaking of paragraphs, don't write just one long paragraph. Break it up into sections, space. Write a little blurb, space, write a little blurb. But you want your emojis at the top of your text because they can only see so much, and it's usually in the beginning. So a lot of people tend to add emojis at the end of it. Well, that's not what's being viewed by people. So when they're scrolling through, the emoji at the top is what's going to grab their attention. They're not going to see it at the bottom. They're going to be like, oh, what are these pictures about in this text?
Can I jump in right there?
Huh?
Can I jump in real quick? He said also that if you guys are going to post any kind of video on Facebook, the recommended time, which I thought this was really good, is 90 seconds right now is the best time for a video on Facebook instead of a 2-minute video because people aren't going to stay that long.
Yeah.
So I always wonder, how long do I need to make my video for? 90 seconds for a Facebook video.
Yeah.
You can use it on Instagram too if it's within a minute.
And Katrina just said if it's within a minute, you can use it on Instagram too. But you never want to post something on Instagram and share it to Facebook. You want to post it on Instagram and you want to separately post it to Facebook. Because when you take something from Instagram and you share it over to Facebook, it goes into a Facebook folder. If you just upload it straight onto Facebook, then it's your Facebook post and there's no middle. Beth, do you remember?
Yeah, he said that whenever you use the link in Instagram to post it to Facebook, what it's actually doing is posting it to an album. And people don't want to look at albums because what are albums? There are tons and tons of there's just too many pictures in an album. So that doesn't get weighted as much because people don't like albums. So whenever you're choosing a Facebook link through Instagram, it's putting it in an Instagram album within Facebook.
Yeah.
You can't see that and you don't know that, but that's what it's actually doing in the background.
But you see it if you go to your profile and you go to your photos and it says albums, you have an Instagram album, you have, you'll have a Snapchat album or, like different. Yeah. Thank you.
So you want to do it differently. Make it its own post straight to Facebook, separately to Instagram.
And then he also said that for like your pictures, instead of posting a picture and a link, that you should go like on Snapchat. You know how you can take a picture on Snapchat and then you can put text on it? Click on the text and then write your link on that and just put it, so you'll have your picture and then you'll have the link across the bottom or wherever you place it on the picture. To do it that way, because if you put a link on it, it has less weight than just a solid picture. Right? Cool.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea to just do like back-to-back posts, which was a breather for me because I waste a lot of time on Facebook. And yesterday I was like, what? I get to get a little bit of my life back. He said that there's 5 specific times throughout the day that are like the best times to post, and try to just stick to that. Because if you just have constant posts, Facebook is just like, just cycling through it. Whereas if you, and people are just looking like, oh, there's Naomi again, there's Naomi again, there's Naomi again. Whereas if I just do like 5 different times and make it like a lifestyle post, a product post, like we talk about, if I just did that, you have more success with gapped posts, but consistent posts. And then they tend to get more likes and they get to be shown more.
He also said that because of the algorithm, that you could actually be hurting yourself if you're posting too many times. So what the algorithm is doing technically, and this is the way I saw it, it's kind of like when our kids are like toddlers and we give them things. And for instance, I give my toddler a certain breakfast every morning. Well, then he brings it to me because I give it to him so many times. He thinks, oh, well, you want this too. That's kind of what Facebook is doing. Is like, oh, I see you like this. Here's another one. How about this one? But if you're posting 1,000 different things and someone goes onto Facebook like in the middle of the day, Facebook is going to go through all those posts that you put and only choose a couple of them. It won't show all of them that you've posted to that person. So you're actually hurting yourself.
And didn't he say like the maximum length that a post stays on someone's timeline is 90 minutes? So an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if you're posting a whole bunch and they're only choosing 3 of them because they're getting an overload from you, you got only 3 of your 17 posts and they're only lasting 90 seconds each.
90 minutes to 3 hours.
90 minutes, sorry, yeah, 90 minutes to 3 hours. But then you want to invite people into the convos by, like I said, asking questions. The more people that comment, the more people that like, the more shares that you have of your comments, the more weight they hold.
Sorry, Naomi. I just keep seeing a little head pop up behind you. That's cracking me
There's
up.
3 of them. They're not listening to instructions too well, but hey, we'll make it. That's why I work for It Works. I wrote, invite people to ask questions. People then comment, and then you'll have greater than 10 likes. Once you have over 10 likes, that's usually like a magic number for it to keep going. Were you gonna say something?
So do you have the 5 times to post? Did he give you the exact 5 times to post?
No, I didn't catch that.
No, you have to join the camp.
Okay.
It's
For
$21. No contract. I'm doing it. Me and Kayla are going to be accountability sisters. Mabel for now, unless someone else joins, then someone can team up with Mabel. But I think it's going to be more than worth it. He has a 21-day Facebook boot camp coming up. So he's like, if anything, just do the $21 for this month to do the Facebook boot camp and then end it.
For his Instagram post, he said, like, when you wake up, around lunchtime, around dinner time, or when you get home from work, in the evening, like 7, 8 o'clock, and then around bedtime, like right before you go to bed. So
Really?
that's like
I didn't think it did.
right there.
That's what I've
I
done.
wasn't sure if that's kind of what he's talking about, or if that's what he's meaning. The 5 times to post. If it's the
Well,
same thing.
it's going to be, like the 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, the afternoon lunch, the dinner time, and the bedtime for sure.
Yeah, like 7, 8. Then around 10, between 10 and 11.
10, 11 for
Then
a
around
break.
2, 3.
Yep.
Then around 5, 6. And then around 8, 9.
Yep. I mean, I would just assume that that's about when it's going to be. When I look, when I can't say me, when a normal person looks at their phone. When you copy someone's post and you paste it onto your Facebook, it's filtered out automatically. Like, nobody's going to see it. Even if you take it and you change a word or 2 or 3 or 4. If you copy and paste it, Facebook is like stopping that.
Wow.
It's automatically filtered out. So take the picture, write your own stuff. add some emojis at the top, some tags. Huh?
I was just going to say one thing that I do is if I like somebody's stuff, I always try to use my words like originally. But if I like the picture, I'll save the picture, wait a few days, and then use it.
Yeah, in your notes section.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I did. I'm really impatient, and I'm like, nope, I want to use it now. Horrible. I obviously need to stop. Another thing I like that he said is, as far as videos go, like videos obviously hold weight, quite a bit of weight, because they're doing this thing with Snapchat right now. Like, it's a big competition between Facebook and Snapchat. So videos right now are like A1. And the thing he was saying is, if you think about Facebook Live opposed to posting a photo, so you automatically post your photo and then you wait for likes and you wait for comments. Whereas if you do a Facebook Live video, people are liking it and commenting it as you're speaking live, and maybe even sharing it. But then when it's finally posted up to Facebook, once you finish that video, it's then posted with like 30, 20 likes, 10 likes, whatever, how many comments, whatever was commented and liked while you were on it is posted with the video on your Facebook. So that throws Facebook into like what the heck is going on here? Like, oh, must have to, like it holds a lot more weight because it gets like it's bombarded of comments and stuff. So it's really important. And oh my gosh, all these people are watching this right now. I got to show everybody that's interested in her stuff. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
And then onto the DK, which was what we were talking about. The average post is 90 minutes to 3 hours. Oh, I guess we already talked about DK and it harms to death. If you post hourly or too much, you can compete with yourself and hurt yourself. Your 5th post of the day is like your peak post. Your 6th and your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, it dwindles down on importance and weight. So like your 1 through 5, those are your heaviest weighted posts that show more. And actually he said 6 natural windows when to post, and I have written here, I need to check that out. So you could probably Google. I'm sure other people know too or posted it, but there's 6 natural windows of when to post. So another thing, like, we know how it is going through, like, you see tons of posts on Facebook throughout the day. But think about what posts stick out to you more. So he said more often than not, you're going to want to add, like, a location that you're here, you're there. You're going to want to tag somebody because then it not only shows up on yours, but it shows up on theirs, which raises the weight. And then the feeling, like feeling excited, feeling determined, whatever, that's going to stop someone, and that's going to be more points towards your weight of your post. So, it'd be like Naomi Sano is feeling determined, and then I'm looking to help 3 moms or whatever, and put some emojis at the top, and then add a picture. Like that's one of the heavier weighted items. Does that make sense? And people are going to stop because they're going to be like, wait, it's not just Naomi Sano, it's Naomi Sano feeling this. Oh, shit. What is she feeling like this for, Another thing he talked about was there's Facebook jail, which I haven't made it to. I'm not quite sure how to make it there. But there's also Facebook probation, he said. So when you tag someone in a post, they have to go and approve that tag. If they don't go and approve that tag, that's less weight. But if they approve that tag, that increases the weight of your post. Again, it's posted on their wall and their people see it and post it on yours. And then he mentioned something about timeline reveal, and I don't know what that is. Do you, Beth?
No, from reading it, what everyone was commenting as he was talking about that, so I wrote down, and it just says here, do not adjust settings, use timeline review. So
Yeah.
something to do with settings. You're not supposed to touch your settings, but you're supposed to go through the timeline review, which I don't know what that is yet. I haven't had time to check that out.
Yeah, that and the 6 natural windows are what I have down to check out.
Review everything on timeline. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he said there's basically 4 steps to a post. You're going to make a post, so you want it to show up, which is the wait. You want it to stop them, which is why you add the location, the tags, you don't have bold, so you use italicized, but don't use too much italicized because you don't want to be yelling at people all day. And then you want them to read it. It's just you add the emojis or, add something that's going to catch their eye into the text. Put the spaces in between your paragraph. Pay attention to the spaces in your paragraph. Spaces are huge. And then you want it to do something. You want them to act upon it. Ask them a question at the end. Make some type of debate or whatever.
The timeline review is under setting.
I like how he said that he uses hashtags, not to use hashtags because people don't really use hashtags in Facebook anymore. He said he only really uses hashtags in Facebook to bold his words.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I have broken in. What were you saying though? Katrina looked at timeline review.
Timeline review is under settings where you get to choose if you approve or not something you're tagging.
Oh yeah, that's where you approve your tags. Timeline review. We see it like every other day. Cool. That's like all I have written down. I don't know, Beth, do you have anything else to add?
I had just about everything that you said, so.
Do you guys have any questions?
Nope.
No? You're good? Everything makes sense, kind of? I highly
I've been
suggest
posting way too
going.
much.
You said what?
I think I've been posting way too much.
I know, right? We get to take a breather.
Right.
That was my aha moment. Like, what? I need to chill.
I only have time in the morning at noon for lunchtime and at night, so I only post 3 times a day, and
Probably hits more.
that's the only time I have, so I have to stick to that.
I mean, you're probably being viewed a lot more than me.
Right.
You know? Who
Pop
knows?
up on my spot.
I just know John-Erik's my social network god, so I'm taking what he says and I'm running with it.
You guys, in regards to everyone, to posting times, I pay attention to the people I want to be involved in stuff and pay attention to when they're posting. And that's how I kind of pick and choose also depending on who I'm trying to really get to notice a specific post. So that's just
You mean like when you just kind of look to see what they're talking about, and then you'll make a post directed towards whatever they're talking about? Something like that?
Sometimes
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
every day anytime I am on Facebook, I just pay attention when my Facebook friends are usually posting. So then I kind of know when to post when I need them to see it. So if I know usually around 8 o'clock, that's when everyone's posting their morning post. So right before 8, I usually try and get up and put mine up, or around that time when I start seeing everyone else being active. Because then we just start liking each other's posts because everyone's so active at that time. And then the next group wakes up. Well, now our posts have been liked already so many times, and so they're still appearing on people's top part of their timeline as they're waking up in other parts of, the shift of the day comes along. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got gold.
2 golds actually.
Cricket, sorry.
And then I don't know if you guys heard, I was telling Naomi something again that I just noticed. I did not actually watch his video, but I've noticed that if you like your own post, people also see that you liked it on their timeline, so now it appears again. So sometimes if I want to post to appear a few times, I'll like and unlike my post, as silly as that sounds. And then also if you go in and you press edit and even add one letter or delete a letter on, say, picture or post, usually sometimes they'll actually come back up to the top as just now posted. So that's, again, just stuff that I've noticed, just using Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, just picking up on trends that I'm noticing and how I keep seeing, you know, people's posts over and over and over again. So, yeah.
All right, well, we are going to make our first cricket thing. Ha! You guys look, my mom spoiled me. Got me this like fancy schmancy thing. I'm pretty excited. So we're making our posters for our thing, our event. So I appreciate it. And no one has any questions, I'm going to log off. Cool? X's and O's.